And now we're going to see the agent picks. It should be very similar. I think now we're going to see some KO going in for these players, for these teams on this map. And you know me with the KO, I'm super excited to see how this is going to pan out.
Mirror? Locked.
We're about to start this pistol round, though.
AKREW.
And we're actually going to have this team of, speaking of which, on the defense, right? And, or should I say on the attack, as they're getting pushed in here by the guard.
AKREW is AKREW. Not wrong. All right. A little one-way here so they can play themselves towards B. As per usual, Cat's going to be the hit, though they do have Long being covered by Gucci, as it looks like this A hit will commence.
That's the beauty of playing the double initiators right now, just to force these rotates in. We're still spraying with the ghost. Now we're pushing inside the smokes, and that was a mistake. Net and Trent going with the punishment. Trying to get inside the site. Now the spike has been planted inside A site as well. But things are looking good here for the guard for the retake, as it's a 5-on-3.
And finally plant towards A. Now it is the 5-3 take. As you said before, quick gravity well to prevent them from coming in. Jonah P on the top side. Just do what he can do.
So far, so good for Pancakes, though. Looking to clutch a 2v1 on both ends. It's just going to be the right click for Net pushing forward. And so with the spike plant that we have, though, for AKREW, we're not really seeing a force buy coming in, which some teams like to do. But when you actually have so many players still alive for the guard, they just want to make sure they have their economy right in this round. Now the rest of the crew is moving forward now towards this B-side lurk. So I like this. We talked about these early rotations happening all the time since pistol round. And everybody's rotated out for the guard. And the crew's getting ready to just plow into the B-side.
Fragments out, so they know they're pulling utility. AKREW does not have to go in just yet. They're feeling a lot. Oh, they're also delivering a lot, too. Quick kills their Vans.
I talked about the pistols of how they're good with those, right, for this team. And now we have a 2v2, but it's still Van alive with the Spectre. And then Calm goes in with the Frenzy. A Frenzy and Marshall combo in a 1v1. Net just around the corner, just managed to make his way outside from the turret, and he beats it up and still gets the headshot. And now it's a 1v1, but Campeki does get the kill in the end, and we've tied things up 1-1 on the scoreboard.
They are bound to have a flank. It's just if the rest of the team is alive in the site still, right? They seem to have great timing on that, but it's just extended, and they wait throughout the round, strangle out the round, and then get the late push in the flank.
Well, as the audio's cut, though, we still see the guard trying to push forward exactly towards this mid side. Same thing as Pistol. 0 point to try to see if there's anybody towards B main while you push towards mid. But again, false information because it didn't contact anybody. So now when you're going to have the guard rotate back, there's still going to be the turret on B main. We're going to get ready for that for AKREW as they move inside an open B site for a plant.
Did a great job delaying Valen over at A with a fake dismissal star. Had to spend a few extra moments there, but should be back in time for the spike plant. Now that we have guard getting back in order. Calm with the Spectre gets taken down with the right click classic, but it's the trade coming in with the Phantom. Oh, baby. We actually had a Phantom, so that was almost picked up. Sorry, I thought that was a Spectre he had. That would have been a very big pickup coming from B main.
A passive play for Net on this A site after all this utility that's being placed into the A main.
So guard down here, but I want to explain that if they start doing a lot of damage to AKREW, it's going to really mess up AKREW's money with the way that we actually see Calm is down to $50. There's a bit more on other players, so it won't hurt this round, but it will help to really tear down what AKREW has been building up. It's going to be the hit on A as AKREW goes in.
Oh, but yeah, we get it slowed down by the nanoswarms going in for Net. Now again, he does have the lockdown to work with himself, so it might happen. 0 point on the attacker side, does not connect onto anything yet. And after this plant, here it comes. We have to battle out towards tree side now for AKREW. Identifying, look at them, 3 players at this door trying to see if they can fight it out. Now it's an instant Hunter's Fury, though, because you have it available for Pancakes at A main. Ooh! A nice 0 point, though, but it still catches out just on time. And Neon pushes it through the tree. He gets 2 kills out of that. The fight from Jonah P. It's a 1v1 in the back here, and it's still going to be Calm that gets the upper hand. Now 2 guys alive inside this A site. Alarm bot out. It's a tap off the spike. Valen does get the kill, and it's a 2v2 with a crossfire towards A main. A gravity well to come out. Now another star to come towards the ground for a Nova Pulse. Now the double swing to come out. Valen for a kill. Valen with the second, and we're trying to get the defuse in for Trent. Will they have enough time? Unfortunately not, as the spike will go off, and it's going to be the round for AKREW.
A little bit here are going to be on to Sheriffs. Should be able to buy next round, but it seems like AKREW is enjoying this. Wait a few, hit the site just about the mid-round, but make sure we're still having at least one Fank across the map. is the round that the guard would need to eco. They could just turn everything on its head. Not going to happen from Calm. He goes for the long trade, and Jonah P does find the ghost kill onto him.
Underhand flash. Aljon to come out towards a site. Turret now broken down and open sight for AKREW to take advantage of. Now we do have the Blade Storm close range as well, and Kempeki does get the frag onto Valen. Spike now planet 0 point towards tree side. Trent towards the heavens with the Sheriff, but it's head-to-head against Neon.
Such an unfortunate kill into Valen there. They have the Phantom coming in. If they just wait for Jonah P, it can be so much better, but they get taken down at the same time. Defensive Haven were their strong point. Here it seems like they're getting a little sorted through tree and through the heaven area when they try to get back.
And that's what it is. AKREW, they're working towards the extremities while the guard are working towards mid-side, especially on the eco round.
No one is pushing up in too many close locations. That's still the case, though, in mid. They're already going to drop that alarm bot, so they could move on here. You have to be very clear. Careful and mark it. Calm puts himself in a sticky situation, and Net takes him out.
A hit inside the B side is going to be so difficult now for AKREW as Neon gets picked off by Jonah P. But Kempeki on that lurk towards that back mid side, trying to stop the bleeding at least into this round. Still plenty around, plenty of time to work with as Kempeki is trying to close in towards B. That recon dart, and now you're pinned inside market. Good luck, have fun. Trying to isolate the individual duelos, and he's clearing out towards logs while Net was waiting on the off angle towards B main.
Like, all right, let's put the KJ util on Cat as we saw before as a reactive to last round. They like to go short, or let's now put it on B. You know, and once you start feeling that flow, it becomes easier too. We'll see if guard can find that here again in another round to shut down AKREW and bring it to 4-4. This one will be 3-4 if they can do it coming into round 7, but they are gaining some momentum.
You have 2 players inside B site, but they're outside of a radius when a 0 point comes in, just so they can still use utility towards B main. That said, though, we hear the KO null commands coming out from both ends, and so it's going to be a brawl now towards this B site. And there you go, Net to fall. That's KJ utility down, but we still have Trent in the back of the site. And I like that it's actually Kempeki moving forward first, so he could be the turret, the camera to find information, and an immediate trade happens in for Pancakes. Then Saya player and Valen closing in. We had the spike. Just plan it now, but 3 players towards this defender side spawn for guard to try to close in. A dash coming out as Gucci spotted towards market. We're also pushing up towards that staircase where it's Pancakes that's able to get the 2 kills off the information where Gucci was at. So it's off the side play with the daggers. There's that first kill. The right click close range does not connect as Pancakes gets the 4K and a 5-2 scoreline for AKREW.
5-2. And the back and forth could start to make this tough as guard loses another one after one of their wins.
Oh, but we made it in. We made it in. So despite that, even though it was a fake, we still have Calm make it inside the site, and the full rotate's coming in.
They have 0 point as well. Once they get into the site, they can just throw that top side just to the left of KJ here. Keep Calm safe. There it is. Boom. Calm picks up. Oh, Neon's going to be able to get the first shot, and then Gucci trades.
0 point now, so we can't get a dash away from Neon, but he's still posted up with this operator. Here comes a 100 Sphere on defense. Trent will be able to get the kill onto Kempeki. The spike at least has been planted, and we've given up here from Gelato's side. We're rotating back towards tree for the defenders. It's going to be a 4-on-3 man advantage now for the guard to go for this retake. Cosmic Divide towards B main. Aljon towards the top to gain information. It's spotted Calm, but a turret on the top of Generator is going to help out for a bit as Calm is going for the just sneaking in towards the back of the hell side, but he actually gets picked off here by Valen. Here comes the Hunter Fury back on the attack, though. He's going for that second pulse. They can actually eat this now. So just as soon as they come around the corner, the wall's coming up, the spray coming in from the Odin at the same time, the short and close range, but it's not going to work out for as Trent gets the kill. And we also, of course, have the defuse. So everybody dies for AKREW, but the guard has the defuse for a 3-point scoreline.
Yeah, and there it is. AKREW is knocked down a bit to their sheriffs. They are forcing into a bit of a bye here. You can expect to play guard to play this one. Pretty aggressive. You'll see teams when they want to shut down what could be a partial bye fast. Just be like, send a message. And here they're already pushing out mid. Jonah P is going to start that message. Full send.
Beautiful 0 point to actually cancel out the owl drone from Pancakes 2 to not allow this map control to gain early towards Fountain. Up towards that back and the jiggle peek for Kempeki, punished by Saya player, and that's another shot not missed by Saya player. He's been on point so far with this updraft in the air, a tag coming in for Pancakes 2, and just trying to get the spray, and what a nice timing by Trey. It's like, okay, he's not in a spellable corner, let me wait a couple of seconds, then he gets the frag, then the drive-by for Calm gets the 9, one more to go towards midside. Gucci does have the Vandal, and we talked about it. Bring the fight towards him, he'll at least try to get one, and he will be able to get one before he falls in his grave. And the Guard are now 1 point away, 1 round away from tying things up in this first half.
Oh, nice. You love seeing stuff like that.
That's especially one of those things where you're eating a flash and you count like that 1-2 seconds before you shoot an operator to get a kill, right? So nice.
And now, quick place flashes. They're going to be moving in on the B, and they want to test the speed here of Guard's defense. The crew's going in, Vans. No, that gravity well says, wait a minute.
And the Cosmic Divide still allows for them to move in, and here comes the Blade Storm out, though. The 2 backside works out as Net does get the headshot onto Neon to cancel out the ult. Now the spray just to try to get the lockdown down. It actually kills Net at the same time, and now we've overpowered the B site for AKREW. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 retake. Jonah P, though, still has Fragment as he's moving up towards the sidewalk, and here comes a fake plant. A little bit of attack with the Odin. He spots the first one. He knows the second one's in the back of the site. So he links across, gets that kill. The last one's in the back site. Now he gets canceled. Fragment on the right side. Drop it in on that left. And that's the kill for Jonah B. We're tied up 5-5.
Getting rotations in, and they're hitting those first frags, which really matter. Ooh, that was nice.
Got a little bit of information there. And also understanding that we have a half buy going in for AKREW, right? Because we have this Vandal, we got a couple of Sheriffs, and with 2 of them being tagged towards the back mid side, and the Owl drone coming out, could be a tell here, and it works out for a kill. So Net falls, and Neon's actually pushing through. Just around the corner, will he surprise Valen? Nope. Back on a 4v4, weapon down. Saya player holding out towards A side, and yeah, that original push looked good here for tree side control, but now everybody's just getting owned.
Valen is different on this Astra. He was doing some stuff last game as well, had our top fragger. And, you know, Valen really, really coming out strong. Not top fragger, but fragging very well. He's coming out super strong. AKREW now trying to push themselves still into this tree area. Oh no, oh no.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullets in there. He still has 25 bullets left after that kill. It's hard to run into that.
7-5 possible score here for Guard on this round, and we do see the defending side of Haven being their stronger. So the question is, are they going to be able to send a message once they get to the other side as well? Nice double play going into B main here. As you can see, Guard setting a pace. When you're doing this on defense, you're almost instantly taking away your opponent's actions. They're doing it as well on A, right? Little things that'll stop them immediately.
So far from all these pings, they actually used Jonah P to break down all that utility towards this B side to allow Style player to come out with the op. And it was supposed to be a fake lockdown towards B, but after that, Cobb moves back towards the A side, and it's going to be a full hit towards the A side. And now we have a null command going back towards the top of Heaven, so nobody can really come in with utility on top of that. So that's going to cancel out the lockdown. Valen playing towards Hell. We're lining him up. We're knocking him down. That's 3 to fall now for AKREW, leaving only 2 more. Pinged out, killed by Net, and we end the first half with the Guard in the lead once again by 2. 7-5 on the scoreboard.
I'm just checking the Guard's history here, like 3 2-1s already. I think they know if they have to go to a third game, but I'm sure they'd love to close it out in 2.
Meanwhile, though, we have grabbed an orb towards A side too, so you see it. The setup is there, and they're just waiting for that, and that's potentially off the contact of turret. Here comes that flash, and there's that kill from Neon.
Ran right in front of that flash. That was a great kill from Neon. They're going to be hitting A here, and they have got a little bit distribution out of the site. It's exactly what Guard wanted. Can AKREW do the post plan?
Door is now closing. Trent going for shock darts onto Pancakes, though. So this plant is coming in. Owl drone towards the top, spawning 2. We're trying to get the wall bang through the Heaven side, and we are actually doing the counter from the defender side, too, from AKREW at the top. So we have Trent down on low HP. 3 players from AKREW moving in towards Heaven side. 1 flank inside the smoke. Calm swings out, but Saya player gets the kill. A 0 point also to give it to just make him discovered as Neon gets another kill with the frenzy down towards Hell. We're closing in. We can't find the last player because he's on the flank. Actually, there's 2 players alive. Sorry for the Guard. Nice kill from Trent. Now finally Neon.
Oh,
Net on that 1v1, and he gets the clutch there, the Red Bull clutch for the 2v1 for Net.
Saving rounds left and right. We've seen his clutches before, and he comes up with another. Look at that. Bing, bing. Those feel so visceral. And he delivers another one. Yeah, chest and Neon crouched down, but just being able to hit the dig dinks, this very calm, collected, not trying to flick your shot. It's just crisp. These guys are feeling good. So around here, for the team, and now it's going to be very, very difficult for another one. Let's see. Oh, Bulldogs? They're actually going, okay, just one by. I thought everybody was going to be going Bulldogs, but Guard feels good to just keep that on Jonah.
Guard, again, still playing this very, very cautiously into a very slow default, taking his mid control, but it looks finally that we're edging back towards his B-side take.
So a dart was just fired into B main. It did not see net. However, Gucci still feels like there's something fishy going on this side as he's rotating and leaning. 5 players now on that B side for Guard. It looks like they're going to attack down through market.
Yeah, that's going to be the cue. At the 0 point that was thrown out by Kempeki, a hit's coming towards B side for Guard. We're pushing through spawn, but just around through the smoke, Gucci gets one. And we talked about those shorties close range, try to run away from those. Calm at least gets one and gets immediately traded. Now towards the back of the site, there's only 10 seconds left. A full flash coming out, but Valiant still gets a kill. And now the back of the site, Pancake stays alive. At least we get the plant. At least we get the plant, and he goes out towards that front. He does get the thing, runs out of bullets. And that is going to be it. Neon trying to close in right after. Jonah P with 1 HP.
Or away from solidifying himself in the top 4.
That was so close, man. Like, with that plant towards that default spot, I mean, a safe spot in the back boxes, but I get it, right? They were getting pinched on both sides anyway, so you gotta guess for one while you only have 6 seconds left, and thankfully, we had Jonah P's teammate trying to hold it down and cover him while he's planning, so almost got the kill. That could have been dangerous. Nonetheless, it's still going to be the victory for Guard with the bonus round, as the crew are trying to move forward. Underhand flash, double peek. They don't spot anything.
Crew pushing again, slowly looking to suffocate. What? Trent. Laser Deagle Demon on the shot. Takes Kempeki down instantly as he tries to strafe out. That's a weapon they can pick up. And Trent's actually trying to go for it, and he gets thwarted.
Now it's off of wallbang too, so I'm trying to figure out maybe Kempeki because they're low on an econ. Did he only have half armor or something? But it works out. It pays off. The Guard again on a bonus to get into the site in a plant. It's planted in an unorthodox position, so they actually could hold it back towards the back site. So they're stacking up 2 players back there, but there's still 4 players from the crew trying to go back for this retake. Big flank coming out towards B main to start things off. That's Neon and Calm. Off the recon dart, trying to find if anybody's hiding inside that site. Here comes flashes coming in from B side as well. Lots of information as we're closing in for a crew. For it on the top of sidewalk. A dash in, but it's still going to be some trades coming out. Yes, we're doing the econ damage in the end, but it's still going to be a crew that gets the defuse. And potentially some early KO action here. 1 for 1, but still 2 players working out towards that side. And look at that pinch from the B-Link. The fragment on the ground, and it does get a couple of kills, though, from both ends. Still the advantage for the defender side. Now through smokes, we talked about that before. Another kill coming out as they're trying to get a surprise kill from Calm outside the Nebula on Catwalk, but it's still going to be the upper hand for the Guard. A 3-on-1. Pancakes does have Aldron and 2 Shockies, but it's not going to be enough because he's going to have to face against 3 players. A little bit over complacent as Pancakes does get the kill onto Valen, but that's it. The trade comes out in the end. We don't really need the plant. We get the round for the Guard.
Guard taking great advantage of that chaos, though. Like, once you identify it and you use it, it's so hard for the opponents to really get back in position.
It was crazy, too, because that updraft landed right by the fragment. But that said, here comes a little bit of turret information as Jonah P activates Null Command, immediately gets rezzed by Saya player as they open up with 2 kills. An attacker lockdown on top of that just to clear out the B site. Aldron to come in as well just to make sure that at least staircase is clear. We're trying to respray back for Calm. Does a little bit of damage with that, but not enough. Fragment now to finally open up the site, and we're finally moving in for Guard, and we will get a plant.
Nice flank still covered by Nat. Huge frag from Saya player there. Had that not been traded to pick Jonah P back up, that strategy becomes null. No pun intended, but losing KO is the strategy there. Jump around the corner, fine, take the kill, and then you get the trade, and it's exactly what Guard did. So very heady, nice fast play there, and it leaves a crew to save this round. Just Guard throwing themselves into that strat, and that's what they meant to do. Great job.
Losing some guns, losing a round. KO knife just to see if anybody's moving down towards the staircase for a crew. But now the coast is clear. Just trying to do some Spectre damage from Gucci from that market side. Also trying to pad up the stats a bit to get that confidence, and it's not going to happen. The turret spots him, and he falls back with that.
Full 5 towards A this time, which makes me feel like they'll have at least one lurker cat. One kind of working that mid area, making sure nobody flanks across here. And they actually have, if they decide to hit and then re-hit, they've chosen the site without KJ, and incredible stuff here. How Guard has been able to work around the utility just by start of the round choice.
Speaking of utility, you saw that the recon dart towards the
Nice
pizza
zero.
side. We saw 0 point going out towards the pizza side, and then the retaliation from the defenders. And there you go, play your own game. You spot one, you peek out, you dash away. But we have a flank from Sire player, another one to push forward. A null come in that immediately gets literally nulled as he gets dropped in front of A main. So now Pancakes does have this Ares. And an Ares with this nerf, he's just trying to break this door, trying to do some damage by the switch. But this could be another one of those situations where maybe you just try to play for this overtime at this point, Riv.
I feel that. Sometimes it feels bad too, but you have to consider how much pressure you can put on the other team. Guard is going to be able to take those guns down. The pressure continues to just stay forcefully on AKREW. This is match point. They are under full buy credits. And this could be the deal being sealed for Guard.
You see it, how dwindling it is. A Judge, a Bulldog, 2 Spectres, half armor for the one that has an actual rifle. The pressure is on here for AKREW. Such a passive play here for AKREW as well. 2 players on market. Pancakes is just holding spawn side, so he could try to see a last minute. If it's going to be a last minute hit for the Guard, he could Hunter's Fury on either side and try to prevent that from happening. And looking at it, it's going to be the Guard with a faster take towards A main to start. Judge to come out, but gets immediately denied. Here comes the Hunter's Fury to try to do more damage to allow Gucci to try to do some damage in the back at Dice, but it gets stopped. Valorant continues to frag right now for the Guard, and they're now 2 kills away from winning this series. Plant is about to go down. A recon, or should I say shock darts coming in towards the Dice side, and Jonah P's down to 11 HP. Last 2 players for AKREW on the top of Heaven side. Net posted in the front of A side as a spike is planted for him, and they have a double up for the Guard at Hell. Here comes the underhand and a double drop. We turn away from it. We get the trade. And another one for Kempeki. It's a 1 versus 1. Jonah P is low on HP. It's going to be the KO difference with Kempeki trying to stay alive with 3 HP remaining. And he's going to get the defuse. And it is going to be now AKREW staying alive. Full team played that beautifully, and yes, they are on Spectres right now for at least calm. They do have a lockdown and a Cosmic Divide, so very strong ults right now for the retake here for AKREW. But the thing is, you do have a Hunter's Fury and Bladestorm on the attack, so that's going to nullify the ult right away. And the Guard looking to work towards his B side to start.
Tree dart coming out soon. Mid hit is going to have, they've made it so far in, but it's a correct call in the defense by AKREW. Vance, how can this play out?
Well, it's going to be a Hunter's Fury right away. And that's Trent and also the Bladestorm for Sideplay just floating inside the site, trying to get this kill. Does not work, but he dashes away. That works out at least. He sprays back now towards the spawn side as Calm is trying to hold things back. And we got a bunch of trades going in. Trent's on a 2 versus 1, looking to clutch this, but the spike is down. Cosmic Divide on the defender side. He's trying to hold back towards the sidewalk. A lean out for the first goal. Oh, what a flick there with the Pancakes! And it's going to be the Guard winning this 13-7. And Trent, the clutch player for the Red Bull Clutch.